Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I think we're going to play around and make a few journal cards, tags, etc. So I made a couple, and they are made out of a solid cardstock cards. This was a full one, and this is one that I ended up cutting in half. And you say to yourself, Lisa, why are we playing with solid cardstock? Well, I'll tell you why. Well, because I was digging through my craft closet, and I tracked across this. Hope it doesn't. It says paint. I'm like, paint? What is paint? And you can see it's got dust on here. So I popped it open, and voila, cardstock, 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 just cardstock. I'm like, okay, I have a lot of cardstock. I had another pile before, but this just adds to it. There's some fun ones in here because a lot of them, I say most of them, are double-sided in color. They're not single-sided. Whatever they were, they're color on both sides, and even some of them are two different colors, which I have another thought for those for it. But yeah, so I got cardstock galore. So I thought, well, let's just have some fun and make some tags. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, I suppose I should grab a card or two to do. All right, so I did a green and a orangish color. So let's see. How about a fun blue? Let's do. That looks like a fun blue. I did green. How about a fun yellow? That's double-sided. I think I'll save that one. And, oh, your fun orange. I got that orange journal I'm working on. And do I dare try to do a pink one? Nah. I probably won't even get to those. I'm just going to pull those two for now. How does that sound? I'm going to close her up. There we go. Let's clean that off. It's on the shelf for a while. I was going to clean it off beforehand, but I kind of wanted to show you that, yes, it was there for a while. All right, so these I believe are 6.5. Yes, so splitting them in half would be 3 1/4. So we're going to cut these in half to make smaller size tags. Just for funsies. All right, so the technique that I'm going to use for these is I'm going to be using my scrap pile, and I'm also going to be putting the paper above and below and trimming it down so it covers the full thing, and a little bit of washi tape. I'm going to be using the washi tape from my latest haul that I got from Hobby Lobby. There's some fun colors in there. I used use a little washi tape in that one and some washi tape in that one. These two, actually the 3 chipboard cutouts are from that haul also that I got from Hobby Lobby. So yeah, fun. And oh, this I forgot. In the box was also which was a pad of mulberry. I've done other projects. I've got those unique specialty pads before. And I decided to throw that on there because I like the burgundy color for it. But anywho, let's find some papers to go on here. Now, my thought is to not really try to think about this too much when I'm grabbing stuff. That could be fun on there. Now, it has to be tall. The only the only prerequisite I have is that it is taller. I like that with that. Then the card, so I can cut it down to fit into there. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Just trying to find stuff that's long enough. Okay, you're gonna go there. Now I do need 2 pieces of paper. Okay, I'm not sure why you're in there. You're not a scrap. You actually could go with that. Oh, that really looks like that. That might work. that. I don't know if I really like it with the orange. I probably should have pulled that pink one. Are you long enough? You are long enough. All right, I think I'll do those two. And give me some book page. Let's do book page. And I'm not really totally sold on that one. Not tall enough. That could be fun. Okay, let's do those. Let's do those. All right, so I am not going to round the edges or ink that until after I've got these hooked on there. And we are going to just try to do this as simply as possible. I'm going to rip this as a piece. Save that because that could go fun on something else. And let's see. And we only have to rip the sides because the top and bottom ends up getting trimmed and straight. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so let's glue that first one down. And then after we've done this, we will look through the pile for the focal point. And after we find the focal point, we will add whatever washi tape, some vintage tape, etc. Now the other fun thing that I'm doing on this, which I normally don't do, is instead of rounding the corners, I'm gonna move that just a little off center. Instead of rounding the corners, I ended up using my slant punch. I thought that was kind of fun for these. All right, so that one is done. Okay, let's do this one. Now, I don't need the whole thing, so let's save that piece. And I think I'm gonna get rid of most of that red. And try not to get rid of too much blue. Now, one thing I didn't do on that first one was ink the edges, and that would be an option if you wanted to get rid of any white that's on there for it, but all right, I think I'm gonna rip this so it's one strip of squares. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, save that, and let's glue. Yeah, so it was a rainy day today. I ended up going grocery shopping this morning. We wanted to get it done. We figured, on my last video, I mentioned that they tore my street up to get repaved, and it is, you know, still torn up to bits. But we thought if we don't go grocery shopping today, we might get locked in tomorrow with them paving, because I figured they weren't going to pave today. All right, let's put the blue. Yeah, let's do that. We figured they weren't going to pave today because it's raining. And that's true. I have not seen them, so all's quiet in the cul-de-sac. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let that one dry. And let's do this one. Took us a while to grocery shop this morning because they are remodeling this grocery store we go to. I've been doing it for over a week now, but we figured it probably does take a while putting in new fixtures and, you know, moving all the aisles. So You know, you go there, you're so used to, bread being in, aisle 4 or something, and I need a new glue stick. Bread's now in aisle 7, and you're like, okay, where'd they move it to? So you're hunting and pecking, looking for everything. And you can't get used to where it's at, because there's a good chance they might just end up moving it again. All right, so I'm actually gonna, stuff's pretty brittle. I'm gonna just do that. This side is sort of ripped, but I'm gonna make it a little bit more ripped. All right, let's go that way because I saw the word dead on that side. And it might be a totally innocent word, but I don't want the word dead. Didn't go up high enough with that glue. Okay. All right, last one. Now, this might be a little too close in looks, but we're gonna see. I think it's okay. All right, let's do that. Now what's fun about doing it this way, where you repeat everything, is you can mass make something pretty easily, because you have the, I would call it like a recipe for what you want to do. And once you got that recipe, you can keep repeating it. All right, we're just gonna do our best to eyeball that when I cut the top and bottom off, it's gonna be fully on the sheet. Okay. All right, so gluing is done, I think, and now we're going to cut her down. And it's usually pretty easy to follow the back line when you've got a thicker cardstock backing, and cutting off the front paper. Just rest your scissors on a line and go. Okay, last one. Hopefully this one's dry enough. Okay, so there's the first one, and like I said, we're going to slant with the largest slant. You could eyeball, make a tag if you want, but I think that's a nice size. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Almost looks like a film strip. We've got flying triangles all over the place. Okay, one more. All right. Make enough of these, make a pile, and have a batch of confetti for a party. Okay, so again, if you wanted to ink them, you could do that now because it's been trimmed down. So you can ink the edge of that. When I made the bigger one, where's this? I did end up stamping in the background. I used that new stamp I got from Hobby Lobby, the music one, which came out very nice. Like a first stamp and like a second stamp. And just because there was more room on the side to be bare, whereas these, in the end, there wasn't as much room, so I didn't worry about really having a background for them. So, but if you wanted to add a little bit of stamping to the sides, if you have stickier stuff, or sometimes just adding the inking and grunging up the size a little bit seems to help it. Okay, all right, so those are ready to go. Now, let's see if we can dig into our little stash and find some fun stuff to put on there. All right, we'll start out with the first one, which had the floral and butterflies and birds, and see what we got. You're a little bit bigger than I would like. Bird could be fun on that. I like the color, but I think it might be a little bit bigger than I would like. Ooh, definitely bigger than I would like. There are some pretty big ones, which would probably work well if I decided not to cut these in half. All right, I definitely like that one with that one. This one, still iffy. Oops, two birds. That one's a little smaller. Okay. All right, let's go with those. Now, I do have this travel one just in case. That could be pretty with that. No one said we couldn't do two things, right? I think I like that. I didn't do two things on the first one, but I'm liking how these are coming out. I don't think this one needs anything else. I think you're pretty good on your own. All right, we'll save those for something else. Don't want to use them all in one day, right? All right, I like that. Okay. All right, so for some washi tape for these, let's see what we can track down for that. All right, so I put the washi tape in a container, and let's see, what could be fun? Well, you're a little stuck in there. There we go. it's going to have to go. All right, that says bonjour. That's got the burgundy. All right, let's put that with that one. Seek Beauty, I like that with the bird. And I think it'd be kind of fun to put that one with that. This one, though, is kind of stumping me, but I think maybe it's got a little bit of quilting plaid on there, could be fun. All right, let's see how those go. You can always add something else on top of it. Okay, let's see how that goes. All right, I'm gonna, these cards are a little bit wider than I would like, so just gonna add feels like they have 2 cards in here. And I did that with a couple of them because they do, when they put them in the container, they were like right on top of each other, the 2 items. So sometimes I pulled out 2 like that bird, not realizing it. And I don't want to glue 2 on. Okay, and just getting the white edge on those. Okay, and these are a little thicker, so we're gonna art glitter glue them. So curious if any one of you kind of do the same way I make the ephemera, kind of do like a mass make, get a rhythm going and make them, or do you just make the one you need? All right, I probably should have put the tape down first. Let's go here. Nobody said I had to go across the bottom like the other one, right? Okay, now I have the next option to add is tickets or numbers, so I will do that in a bit. All right, so this is the tape I want to use. Whoops. Be helpful if I didn't rip it. Come on. Cooperate, there you go. I know I probably could have salvaged that piece, but all right, let's go with, we are going to center the Seek Beauty. A lot of times I wrap these around, but Only one side was really going to be wrapped, so. Okay. All right, so we'll be able to put the bird on there. I'm going to trim his tail off a little. Sorry, Mr. Bird, but I'm going to put his foot in between there. And then this will go right there. Okay. Okay, bon voyage. And lay bird. Make sure I get something on his feet and on his beak. And a bit of his tail, because some of it's going to stay. All right, oops. Okay. I knew I needed to get some on his beak because it was poking up a little bit. Okay, stay down. All right, next one. Now you are pretty plain, and I'm wondering if I want to put some sort of ticket behind there before I start. Well, let's put this down. Now let's see how this fills it up. A little crooked, but that is okay. All right, I think I'm going to put a little bit of vintage tape behind there, kind of hold it down, and then put that on top. And I still think a little ticket would not be the worst thing in the world. All right, trim this down. It's a little bit long. Okay, let's do this and do this. Now, all of these really are kind of random. I really don't have a specific journal they're going to go in or anything. I mean, the orange one could definitely go, especially this one can go in my fabric orange because I know there's a bird on that cover, so that'll work for that. All right, so some boo-boo tape. Still haven't gone through and cut them all individually. I think I want a darker one. There is this clear printer, clear sticker paper for the printer. There is a link down below in my favorites from Amazon that had a 60 piece collection. If you're looking for some clear tape, clear sticker paper. It worked very well. And 60 pages. I'll be in clear stickers for a while. Okay, let's go right there. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I like it. Okay, last but not least. All right, so this washi tape has some floral in there. Now there is no rhyme or reason why I decided to use the washi tape in there, except for the fact that it's new and I hadn't used it yet and I wanted to play with it. And sometimes that's all it takes for me to decide to use something. All right, so you're going to go up here. And some sort of ticket, won't you? Be the worst thing in the world to do. There we go. Oh, I like that. Okay, this thing has been eaten alive. There's a little pink on these. All right, I'm gonna add it. Okay. I still had enough of it that looked okay. All right, so I think we just need to glue this on, and then I think I'm gonna look through my numbers and see if I can add any of those to these. And I really think a number would look nice right around there. Okay, floating butterfly. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. Okay, we won't need this glue anymore. All right. Should probably be looking at these all at once. Not just for one. Okay, I like that. This one I might not put because I got the extra piece there, and that might be a Yep, I like that. So the question is, do I want one on here? That's cute. I like that. Tiny, tiny little. Yeah, I don't think I want one on that one. I think that one is okay on its own. I mean, it does have the big number 5 there. Not that that didn't have a number, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Not every single piece needs every single thing added to it, right? All right. Well, I think I have accomplished what I set out for. So kind of fun. Get some blank journal cards, craft cards. And if you didn't have any pre-cut ones, if you have some big 12 by 12 sheets of solid cardstock, cut those down into, you cut it in half by 6 and then cut it into 3 pieces, 6 by 4s, and then you can even cut it down further, make them 3 by 4, which is approximately what these are. I think these are 3 1/2 by about 4 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yeah, so 3 by 4, same amount. So big piece of cardstock, cut those down into a whole bunch of little ones. Strips of scrapbook paper, trim them down, angle the corners, add some fun stuff, and there you go. And being they're solid on the back, they are totally writable. If you wanted to make them a little lighter, or if you used a really dark one, dark cardstock, you could always glue some coffee dye paper on the back, or some sort of, or a book page or something to lighten it up. But these are totally easy, nice size to fit inside a pocket. So all right, let's show these up close. All right, did that that one. I really do like that one. Very fun, the small flower. And we got that one, very cute. The hotel, and this butterfly is really pretty. And the birds. And then the ones I did off camera, I did a butterfly. I did do a little surgery on the butterfly. I like the double tickets there with the tiny little number. Very fun. And this one's got the flower on there, ticket, and I really do like that washi tape from that new collection I got with all these little cancellation stamps. Put a little stamp on there. And then the one big one with the background of music stamp. Yeah, fun. All right, well, that is going to be it for me today. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by, and hopefully you got some ideas on something you can create out of your own. As usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.